Hi everyone, I'm Randy, and I'm going to be sharing with you my experiences in ESCI 302 and how it has changed and shaped my thoughts around the environment, environmental education, and what it means to be eco-literate. Along the way, my handy-dandy creative journal, my action learning project, class readings, and talking with my classmates has helped me to open my eyes to resistances that I didn't know I had. And they've helped me better understand class concepts such as sustainability, eco-literacy, relationships, and much more. They have also helped me look deeper into the iceberg when it comes to my worldviews and understanding where they come from and how they shape my thoughts and feelings towards the environment and everything that is connected to it.
Community must be designed so that its way of life, technologies, and social institutions honor, support, and cooperate with nature's abilities to sustain life. This quote from Capra illustrates the important relationship that humans, nature, and technology share. In order to sustain life, there must be a working relationship, which I hadn't quite understood. It frustrated me to think that the environment had a relationship with humans and technology, and the three work together. I always thought to sustain life, people needed to let nature do its thing. But after reading the Lorax in class, I realized that yes, people have taken advantage of the items in nature and have caused pollution and many harmful effects. But humans have also created technology that is beneficial to the environment. For example, recycling programs and facilities, solar power, and more. When nature on its own sustains life, it goes through different stages to get back to equilibrium. I feel the same idea can be applied to the relationship with humans and nature. When people do little things to help the environment, they are working towards creating a sustainable environment. In the Lorax, it mentioned that it was up to the future generation to fix the environmental issues. But I feel that it is everyone's responsibility to do their part to work towards sustainability. When understanding the environment and environmental education, I have always felt that it is important to start young so that children learn to not fear the environment, but to connect with it. In my first blog post about environmental education, I initially thought that it only involved nature and getting out and experiencing it, but I feel it also includes the experiences one has in school and with other people. In my blog post, I said, environmental education, I feel, is educating ourselves on ways to contribute to our natural environment. You can learn about both positive and negative contributions that can happen. Expanding on this, I feel that it is most important for people to build a relationship with the environment and have respect for it. When someone respects something, they are more likely to want to understand it and work towards making it better. Something that stuck with me from class was the comment that was made that teachers have the ability to influence kids in their thinking about the environment. I agree with this statement. I think it is important to bring things into the classroom, like Audrey did with the worm bucket, or do a classroom garden like Morgan. These approaches, I feel, allow the kids to have hands-on learning, which I still believe is one of the most important aspects of environmental education. I feel that eco-literacy branches off of environmental education, but it is also something that one acquires as they grow and experience things. In my second blog post, I said that it involves understanding what is happening in nature, including the smallest of things. It also involves learning from experience and participating in things that will help sustain our environment, for example, recycling. In class with our action learning projects, we got to plan and take part in things to help with an environmental issue. My group chose to do erosion and runoff, but we hit a roadblock because all of us were thinking of big actions that we could do, but we were unable to do them. As a group, we had to start thinking outside the box, and we discovered that even little actions, such as setting up a rain barrel and mulching the garden, would help. Thinking outside of the box, I think, is an important part of becoming eco-literate, and so is exploring and learning about different actions. The action learning process reminded me of the projects Morgan has her students doing in her disciplinary classroom. Students can be compassionate about learning about the environment while incorporating aspects of different classes, and I believe that that is another important part of eco-literacy. The action learning project taught me that it doesn't matter the size of the action, but the action itself. Even the smallest of actions can have a positive impact. When Joseph Natauhau came into our class, he talked about interdisciplinary teaching, but in an unconventional way that made people come up with their own interpretations of what it was. To me, it is incorporating different aspects of classes into learning a specific thing. When applying it to environmental education and eco-literacy, I feel that Morgan's community garden that she has in her classroom is a perfect example. That garden shows the kids life cycles, and they're able to journal about it, and they're able to learn responsibility and so much more. It is a rich learning experience that allows kids to branch out in their learning and to discover. I really like this quote from David Orr. We experience nature mostly as sights, sounds, smells, touch, and tastes, as a medley of sensations that play upon us in complex ways. To me, Orr is describing discovery of nature, and that is a huge part of environmental education and interdisciplinary teaching. Discovery is what builds a person's eco-identity and is an important aspect of one becoming eco-literate. In the process of discovery, it is important for people to learn the history, and as Liz Newberry points out, it is important to incorporate Canadian history and colonialism into the environmental education. Doing so, I feel, is interdisciplinary itself. I never really understood why Newberry felt it was important, and it in fact frustrated me that she said that it was. But I am now starting to understand that the history of colonialism are a part of the current relationship that is shared between people and the environment, and it is important to be aware of.
Throughout my life, I've had the opportunity to explore and discover. I've had hands-on experiences that have shaped part of my eco-identity. But little did I know that those hands-on experiences were only the beginning of my eco-identity. Through the process of creative journaling and creating an action learning plan, my eco-identity is growing and expanding. One thing that has truly stuck with me from my experiences in ESCI 302 is that things are always changing, such as the environment, the human and nature relationship, and a person's eco-identity. There are always new experiences to be had to broaden one's knowledge and to become more aware of what's happening in our environment. Now that ESCI 302 is over, I don't have all the answers, but I have a better understanding of our environment and my eco-identity, as well as resistances that I had no idea I had. These are all things that I will continue to explore and discover as I continue to grow.